have to really question why we do what we do best. I have a great, unknowable future in music. Hello, friendos. You didn't see any of that, did you? Good. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty happy and good and great because today is a thing that I get to talk about, which I'm better at describing than I did yesterday, which is day 4 of my 30-day world. There. Uh, the question for today is, I can't even read that. I'm so sorry. I just can't read that. That's too small. Having found a better picture for everything, I can now tell you with absolute certainty that the question of today is, who is the most renowned hero in your world? The player characters are the most renowned people in my world. Not the player characters of the game now, but the previous player characters in all of them. I am, amongst many things, an incredibly plagiaristic person, and I love nothing more than going through other people's stuff, seeing a character that I like, and just nicking it. And as a result, I have to really thank and ask leniency from J.K. Rowling's, Dan Abnett, Terry Goodkind, Mark Lawrence, Pamela Winchell. I don't know why Pamela Winchell gets to be on this list. E.L. James is on this list as well, and so is Stephanie Meyer. But still, my point of that is that how I work things out, how I do my bits and bobs, is I like to create heroes from my past experiences in role playing and in my consumption of media. An example of this, I think a very emblematic example of this, is if you were to find one of my players who is in my present game, you would have to be very, very good at finding people because one of them's they all live in different countries. But if you were to find them and ask them what kind of person has been put up as a kind of hero type figure in the world, they wouldn't be able to tell you a specific person, but they would be able to tell you of this one time where I had a bard type character, like a troubadour, put forward a story of the story of Shakar and the Black Knight. Shakar and the Black Knight is kind of a similar kind of story to the story of Ivanhoe, but it has the basis in one of the previous games that I ran, where one player who was leaving had this character called Shakar, and he wanted to leave in kind of this really big way, and so we created together this mythical type legend thing that, now that I think about it, is actually almost exactly like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Maybe a Naruto fight, because actually Shakar is based on his favourite Naruto character, Rock Lee, but he was a bug. So imagine Rock Lee except a bug, and he spoke in clicks and clacks, and there was he turned into a vampire at one point, and it wasn't because somebody bit him, it was because his best mate was a vampire and his vampire friend died. And my D&D games are basically very, very, very simply soap opera magic world. But ultimately, being a bit more serious with it, this is kind of how I like creating the idea of heroes. Having the Jedi Knights is a good idea. It's very nice. But having the emblem of, heroism, that is kind of like Obi-Wan Kenobi, who is somebody who you can see and meet and interact with, makes the existence more cogent. It makes it much better. Star Wars is a better film because Obi-Wan Kenobi was basically the most important general of the Resistance. When we meet him, he's past it, obviously, but that's kind of the way of it. But it's the thing. I honestly would want to talk about something a bit more better than that. If I really wanted to, I would be talking about like the Second Punic War, and just the stuff that happened there, and these kind of legends from our past. But pop culture is pop culture, and everyone knows pop culture. I wonder if anyone would be okay with Articuno being like a legend, or how about Lugia? Oh man, I should have done Lugia. But anyway, back on track. As you can see, I've figured out how to do a bit of editing. I have no idea if it's going to work. This might not even get into the show because who am I kidding? I'm basically an overblown monkey sitting here in a shirt and barely knowing what to do with this laptop that's just landed on my lap. I really do hope that one of my players does not watch this, because Scuzzy Robin Hood sounds like a fantastic idea to put forward. But in any case, I shall leave you with the wonders of my thoughts as I knock over my the piles of tat that I have lying all over my desk. And I will be seeing you tomorrow. I do hope this is going to work out, because if it doesn't work out, I'm really going to have to worry about this a lot. What is this shit you chat, Lath? Anyways, guys, I shall see you all tomorrow, and hopefully I will have learnt new techniques and have continued my editing prowess.